Faith is a fake housemate. Guys, this should be one of the most stupid comments I saw on the social space today. Like, are you kidding me? Somebody who is on the voting poll and you guys are saying he's a fake housemate simply because he made an inscription, Faith was here. Because he was called into the diary room. He came upstairs, and next thing he started packing his things. Of course, we are really used to Faith always pack. I remember one time Faith was just packing and packing. You will see Faith anytime he wants to pack, he'll be so busy packing. You might think that Faith is going somewhere. Like this one, you're packing and assembling your things. What's happening? So when he came, Mesa was like, what's up, what's up, what's up? Next thing, he started carrying his boss downstairs, right? Making instruction. Faith was there, writing everywhere. Faith was there. Boom. The housemates felt he wanted to take a voluntary exit. And guess who did that? It was Kola. Kola went downstairs, went to the kitchen. Boom, he told Brew Boy and Kebobo, our Faith is packing, oh, la 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 la. And Ruba was like, he's always packing now. So they started to step out to check on it. And media was like, maybe he wants to take a voluntary exit. Maybe he wants to leave the show and all. I know that, yeah, why would Faith is not that dumb. He's not that dumb. I know there was a time he was talking about voluntary exit and all. And when Kaikumi said he wanted to take voluntary exit, Faith was the person telling him, why do you want to take voluntary exit? But for someone to come and say Faith is a fake housemate, like, are you for real? If he's a fake housemate, we should have known. And there's no way he's going to be on the voting poll if he's a fake housemate. Please, the young man is not a fake housemate. It's just that I think the whole thing is overwhelming for him. Somehow is overwhelming for him. But in the diary room, Faith had told Big Brother something that he has learned, and he has also learned to give people, to allow people to also express themselves and all. I believe this is a learning process for him, seriously. Yeah, because he's very intelligent, super intelligent, and you really get to get so close to him before you can understand him. But one thing I know is that I think he easily gets pissed. Yeah. Excuse me, guys. He easily gets pissed. So that's just it. And if you don't really understand him, understand what he wants at that moment, understand how to follow him, you might look at him like, this one is troublesome, or this one is. Do you know what it means for the whole house to be against one person? Guys, it's not easy for that young man. I'm seriously body shaming, height shaming, everything. I sometimes I just wonder if he had to face all of this growing up, because any little thing, you're little, you're small, you're this, that's the only thing people shame him with, because you're not going to drag him for not being intelligent, you're not going to drag him for not being smart, but the only thing they look down on him so much. I guess that's just it. Because imagine Faith had, like, let's just say Justin Jay's body, or even Coin. Let me not look at Brett Morgan or K-Bobo. Had he been Faith had like that Coins, I don't think anybody would just be looking down on him like this. So because he's small, the housemates are like looking at him like, if he has an issue with somebody, everybody's going to side with the person and leave him to fight the thing alone. So the young man is really going through a lot. I don't know if he may want to take a voluntary exit, but I don't think he's going to be that dumb to want to take a voluntary exit now, week 9. The guy is one of the underdogs of this season, because I think the way Arisers and his fan base came is, I don't know, seriously, all of a sudden on the poll, Faith used to be like maybe in top 18, top 19, 20, but boom, he's now in the top 5, top 3 for that matter. So you can imagine, guys, people love him for who he is, people love him the way he is and all, and he feels like the only person who kind of like loves him for who he is, or actually understands him, is Joanna. Yeah, Joanna, and also Mensan too. I think Mensan, and a lot of them do say they do understand him, that he's been misunderstood most times, and some people don't really want to understand him. Imagine what happened the other day, how everybody, even Midday that had sat down to have conversation with him, I'm like, what happened? Was it because of the whole Bright Morgan stuff? And Bright Morgan, even in one of his diary session, was the one who said Faith is the most misunderstood. Yeah, the housemate who is really mostly misunderstood in the house. Brett Morgan said it was Faith, that people don't understand Faith. You misunderstand him. Like, if you haven't really gotten to know him very well for who he is personally, you might actually misunderstand him, think he is who he's not. But then the whole thing the housemates are doing to him is just like all house against one person. I know that, yeah, he can be an egg too. I keep saying in all of my videos that Faith can be a lot. Okay, he can be a lot. And you know that sometimes when people I don't know the kind of thing I'm going to call it now. There are people who, when they know, like they know and they know, they have this in-depth knowledge of almost everything. So when things come, they feel like if I don't do it myself, if I don't bring my ideas and make my own contributions, this thing might not really go well. Some personalities are like that, yeah, because they know that whatever thing they do is really going to work, because they have different ideologies for different case scenarios. So they feel like, yes, I should handle this. So, and when you don't give him that chance to handle it, he just becomes laid back and watches you guys. But had it been this housemate, the way they do it in a condescending way, kind of like, if you feel this person now, you're doing a lot, it's not only you and all, but then he knows that this is something I know I can do it. But one thing I just want to say is he should also accord people that opportunity to also learn, to also shine, to also be themselves. He said this in one of the diary room, that he has also learned to allow people do, I can't remember the exact words he used, like, giving people audience, allow them to air their views, their opinion also. I guess he has learned a lot. This is a learning process for him. Aside that, he's a very great guy, seriously. He's a very wonderful young man. Very, very. But because people misunderstand him, his flaws overshines his or outshines his very good qualities, and people tend, to not see that particular one, and what they always see around him is his flaws. Oh, he's this, oh, he's that. Oh, I don't think, imagine if they say tomorrow now Face gets evicted, I don't think the housemates will rush to like hug him and hug him. You can imagine that kind of thing. See today now, Sultana was the way he had the face off with Sultana, and Sultana wanted him to go watch the bedroom, do like, because you're HOH, so you feel, and he was HOH at some point, and he didn't do that to you. So sometimes I think he's really ill treated in that house, which is really unfair, which is really very unfair. Yeah, I don't like the way the housemates treat him. And at the end of the day, he's still the one carrying them along. He's still the one, helping out in almost, especially their tax, the wager. And you can count how many tax his team could not win. It's not even up to, like, would I say three? He's only, even today's tax they won it. So that young man is good, but then I think he has to deal with a lot in the house, and sometimes it may become overwhelming. But for him leaving the house, I don't think Faith will ever do that. And whoever, I just saw that post, somebody said he's a fake housemate. I'm like, are you for real? There's no fake housemate in the house, because everybody appears on the poll. So he can't be a fake housemate and you guys are voting for him. If there is any fake housemate, disruptor, or whatever be the case, the viewers are going to know. So please, Faith is not a fake housemate. Is a real proper housemate who has given a lot, and is it's not his fault, or it's not anybody's fault that he has really gotten people to love him for who he is. Okay, guys, let me just wrap it up here. Housemates are having fun at the party. Yeah, I'm going to bring you guys other gist soon. Bye.